Dêædly, my MVVs, welcome.
Disappointed and devastated Ebony has, always been fury, but this time her word carried something more dangerous than anger. She warned the Lion of Odua that, the Jewel is preparing, to get married to another person, that they would take the Lion by surprise. It was, what she said, okay, was venom. She had been humiliated, stripped of her shrine, mocked by other wives and disgraced before the kingdom. Now she stood boldly, eyes burning, determined to strike at the very heart of the Lion of Odua. The trust he had for, the Jewel. Ebony wants to strike that trust away, like she is doing everything to remove that trust away. Yes, that is exactly what she wants. They said Ebony positioned herself where the Lion of Odua could not ignore her. People were gathered in the palace compound. Chiefs were present, and the women of, Ife had come as usual to observe. The air was heavy with expectation because everyone knew Ebony never spoke without fire. She rose, her voice cutting into silence. Kabiesi, I have watched you shower, your jewel with honor. I've watched you restore her name in this palace, and I have watched you lift her higher while the rest of us are left in shadows. But I must open your eyes today, because what you are protecting so jealously may already be slipping from your hands. You think we cannot always eat our cake and have it. She went through the crowd, but, Ebony, looked at the crowd one by one and pressed on. Do you think the Jewel came back here with a pure heart? Do you think she is truly yours? Kabiesi, you are blind with love, but I am not. I see things, I hear things, and I will not keep quiet. That woman you are protecting is secretly preparing to betray you. Yes, Kabiesi. Our Jewel is planning another marriage behind your back. The word landed like a thunderclap. The crowd broke into whispers, some refusing to believe, others too shocked to even breathe. The Lion's expression hardened, but Ebony did not flinch. She continued, her voice sharp and heavy. You call her your chosen one, you carry her as your crown jewel. But she is already laughing behind your back. She has men whispering in her ears, promising her a new life, a different throne. While you are here defending her, she's plotting her escape. And you, Kabiesi, the great Lion of Odua, will be the last to know. Some elders tried to silence her, raising their voice, even murmuring for her to stop. But Ebony snapped, don't hush me. You all want to cover truth, but I will not allow it. I will not watch Kabiesi be made a fool while everyone pretend. Let the truth be heard. Your Jewel is preparing another marriage, and when the time comes, all your loyalty to her will turn into shame. I don't know where she heard this, but this is what she has been saying to the Lion of Odua. That your Jewel is preparing to get married. Her voice grew even sharper, angrier. I know you will doubt me, Kabiesi. I know you will say Ebony is bitter, Ebony is jealous, but I swear on the blood of my grandmother, who has just passed with disgrace, I am not lying. If your Jewel is not planning another marriage, then let me drop by this moment. But if she is, then let the whole world, of course, see that I am telling the truth. They say the chiefs look at each other, uneasily. The palace women shifted uncomfortably, whispering among themselves. Some, shook their head, others nodded, slowly wondering if there was any truth in what Ebony is saying. But how can anybody believe Ebony, who is so angry, who has gone through a lot of humiliation because of the path that she has chosen. Where on earth did she hear that our Jewel is planning to get married? Because that is what she's saying. She said her sources are very reliable, that she got that information from a very, very reliable source, that our Jewel is actually planning to get married, that Kabiyesi is going to receive the kind of pain that himself put the Jewel into, that the Jewel didn't come back to honor Kabiyesi or honor anyone. The Jewel came back to buy time and strategize, because at the point, the lion was threatening everybody who went to her, and now they did it secretly, that she wants to move on, that she doesn't want to do this again. And they said that was how people started laughing at her. They were saying Ebony is too bitter, that her bitterness will never, no matter what you do to her. They said she turned to the gathering, her tone rising. You people can laugh if you want. You can call me bitter, but when the day comes and, the Jewel walks away from this palace to join another man, you will remember my word. You will say, Ebony won us, and by then it will be too late. Her face was fierce, her body trembling with rage, but she was steady in her delivery. And they asked her, they said you had gone to the UK, or they said you were in the UK. What did you go there to do? Is it because of this news that you came back? You came back to deliver this kind of news to Kabiyesi? Is that why you came back? The trust of the people, is no longer with you. Nobody believes anything that you are saying. The enemies of this throne, happens to be you yourself, because she kept saying that the enemies of the throne are going to laugh at, Kabiyesi when the Jewel finally gets married, that the Jewel wants to humiliate Kabiyesi the same way that she has been humiliated. And, people who know, the Jewel very well, they are saying that the Jewel is not like that. Our Jewel is not like that. She will never plan anything like that. And besides, Kabiyesi is not just one small man that you come and snatch away woman from his hand and go and marry. That Ebony does not know what she was talking about, and she kept, shouting. She spat on the ground, sealing her cause. Mark me today, if the Jewel does not betray you with another marriage, then Ebony is nothing. But if she does, let all of Ife testify that I spoke the truth. The silence that followed was, as in everybody kept quiet because they didn't know what to say anymore. They said Kabiyesi sat there. He was very, very upset. That was when her uncle, seeing the face of the Jewel, seeing the face of Kabiyesi, came and held her by the arm and asked her to go and sit down. Now, I thought others have come to beg. Gospel, Ebony, they have gone to beg the women of Ife. What you're supposed to be doing now, is it not to beg for forgiveness? Rather than trying to continue to fight a lost battle? That was what people were asking. And she said that what she was saying happens to be the truth. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.